It's in the game. Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Commanders and the reigning Super Bowl champs under the lights on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game. And we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Snowhawks of San Antonio. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And he more than did his part in the wild card win with 3 touchdown passes. Now, he's going to get a bigger test here in round 2, but his unit is in rhythm, and they're playing as well as they have all year long. I wouldn't be surprised if this defense, though, tried to get after him early with a little extra pressure. If he can handle that, he can have another big game, though.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. From the 38 now, here's a 2nd and 4. Now Daniels. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. 2nd and 7. Now a first carry here for the running back. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47. 3rd and 5. To throw is Daniels. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest and I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
Second and 11. Looking deep downfield. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big play there. 47 yards in Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Back to throw here. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And complete into the hands of Fowler. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 23. A nice pickup of 17 yards. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. And they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Back to throw again. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
It's 4th down.
And his kick is good. And that'll make it 3-0 here in the first. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for him.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And the Washington offense heading out. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round. On the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? Well, they're on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now. And they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again. And sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They're backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing now is Daniels. He's got it to Hilton. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Now a 2nd and 6. Daniels looking to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play. It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
Oh, no doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called. A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. To the air goes Daniels. He's into space past the 25, and he'll be taken down at the 26.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's Daniels. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that one. He read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
And Hilton, the man in motion. Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. And that is no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now back to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That one out wide and intercepted. Now inside the 25. And he will bring this one back. Interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Now the extra point try forthcoming. So he missed his lone field goal try, but he's got this one as that extends their lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will go out of bounds down at the 15-yard line. And what a big-time play there. 59 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Over the middle this time to Fowler. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Fowler. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Snowhawks will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. So that drive, 4 plays. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Shakir hauls it in. And now a fumble. The ball's out. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. And now, before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. In motion left goes Hilton. They'll look to throw now on first down. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 3. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down. Then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. Took a shot. First down, but he couldn't reel it in. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to let it go again. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
making their final adjustments as we speak. Which of these two teams is going to advance to the NFC title game next Sunday? To find out, let's get you back to Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And oh, he coughed it up. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Now a handoff up the... And a loose football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they are going to set up sharp at the 40-yard line. So we thought maybe they would have a chance to extend this lead on the opening drive of the second half. Instead, they cough it up.
Obviously not an ideal start when you're trying to get a little separation, and I can guarantee that they talked about that in the locker room. Let's get out there, start this quarter the right way. Let's try to put some points on the board and create some space.
Now Daniels. Looking for the crossing receiver. He's got him. This is Hilton. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. To throw is Daniels. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. But that's always a risk on those longer kicks. You have to drive it low to get it there. That opened the door for a better chance for the defense to get a hand on it, and that's just what we saw there.
And even if the odds increase a little bit because it's a longer field goal attempt, it's still difficult to get hands on the football and create a block. Big-time excitement for that unit, getting through and knocking that one away.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16, and another first down. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. Again, he'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they were very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Touchdown! From 4 yards out. And the Snowhawks take the block field goal and convert it into 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. The The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. The field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
They'll drop to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there's no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Snowhawks take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Washington offense set to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Throwing now is Daniels. Caught left side by Hilton. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Daniels looking to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. Back now in San Antonio. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Daniels going to throw for it. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the 1st. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 47-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Tolbert. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. Washington on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. He'll drop to throw. He's going to air one out. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will take it in for the touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Snowhawks are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth quarter lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Throw out wide is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Here's Daniels. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. To the air goes Daniels. And a quick throw here, that's complete. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
As his man, it's Shakir. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Back to throw again.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule it out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Able to fight through one tackle. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. On first down, Cherry, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Commanders' 47-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Cherry. He gets them a little over half of what they need, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now a handoff up the middle. Cherry, and he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. And it's incomplete. Still time left, though. 2 seconds remaining now in the 4th quarter. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.